All right, so this is part 2, collective for the weekend reading for the collective. So all signs. This is part 2. My phone died, so this is part 2. So where I left off at, I was using this deck to end the reading, the charm cards deck. So yeah, where was I at? Somebody's going to get some type of key to unlock something. This could be literally a key, or somebody's going to get like some key information to be able to lock something or something like that. This could be a person or like the authorities or something. Somebody's going to get some key information to unlock something, to be able to like close out a case or something like that. Or this is literally a key. I'm also picking up 2, collective. You or somebody else. Somebody might set somebody up with like their enemies. So collective, I'm going to give you an example. Collective, say like you a masculine and you dating a karmic. It's like, collective, this karmic know when you're home or when you're not home. She might give your enemies or your rivalries like a key to like your safe or your home or something. Somebody's going to give somebody's enemy their keys or something. Or an enemy is going to tell on somebody or something. So something might be a robbery. I don't think this person is home. Or this person is not at work, or they're not in their office. Somebody close is going to set somebody up. Somebody close to somebody is going to set somebody up. It could be a married couple out here. And the wife could be setting her husband up to get robbed. But I don't think the husband is home. Or something like that. It don't have to be a husband and wife relationship, but somebody thinks that somebody is trustworthy, but they're not. Over the weekend, it's going to be a betrayal, and it could be like a robbery or something, but I don't think this person is at home. Or something like that. Give me a charm card for Judgment, Page of Wands, in the 8th house. Alright, so, yeah, a snake, cold-blooded, yup. It's going to be a betrayal. Somebody cold-blooded. Somebody believes that their wife or husband, somebody think that their spouse is trustworthy and they're not. Somebody cold-blooded. This can also be somebody's, it can also be an inside betrayal, like with the police department. One officer might betray the other officer, like on like their personal time, leisure time. Somebody could be sleeping with somebody's wife or something like that. Somebody cold-blooded. Somebody could also be abusing their position of authority to offend someone. So this can be DEA, the chief of police, somebody's father, somebody's husband. Somebody could be using their position of authority to cause a betrayal. Somebody a snake. It could be the emperor. The Page of Wands could also be coming off as if they're innocent, as if they don't know what's going on. But this Page of Wands could have caused like the death of someone. Or might attempt to. The 8th house, it could be a Scorpio or an Aries or a fire sign. Somebody a snake. It might also be the death of a snake or the death of a betrayal. Somebody a snake. It might be the death of a snake. Or a snake might get arrested. I also just heard too, collective, some type of blessing for somebody. Somebody might get some type of blessing, or somebody's going to get justice. I also picked up, somebody could have committed a crime, and the authorities want to arrest somebody to bring relief to the victim's family. Release, decompress. The authorities want to arrest someone to bring relief to the victim's family. And somebody view somebody's blessings as like a betrayal. Somebody thinks somebody cold-blooded. Somebody's going to get blessed or something. Or somebody's going to escape danger. And somebody else feel as though it's like collective. The universe is going to get you out of a dangerous situation. But this person is going to think like you a snake because you got out of the situation. Somebody's going to think collective you're cold-blooded. But you're not. Or somebody think that somebody's guilty but they're not. They could be innocent. Somebody could also be optimistic that they identified the right person. I don't know if it's true or not. So the Page of Wands could be somebody like identifying a criminal or a suspect or something. It could also be like a cold, what they call it, a cold case. It could be the reopening up of a cold case. So with this cold-blooded, I also heard like a cold case. Somebody could be like reopening a cold case over the weekend. Somebody probably have a new witness or new evidence. So somebody could have murdered a starseed in the past, or somebody robbed a starseed in the past. And it could be like a rebirth or a second attempt to get justice for this starseed. Something could have happened to a starseed in the past. This could have been a robbery, an armed robbery, or like a murder or something. Yeah, then we have Reef Victory flew out. Yeah, somebody's going to get some type of justice over the weekend. Somebody could be very optimistic that they know who the killer is. Or somebody's very optimistic that this time something is going to work. They have enough evidence to make the case stick or something like that. Or a successful arrest or something like that is going on. Yeah, somebody could have set somebody up in the past. Somebody could have set a starseed up in the past. And this person either passed away or they didn't. This is I'm hearing armed robbery. If this is armed robbery, this person was at home. If it was just robbery, then I don't think the person was at home. Something could have been a setup in the past. Or this is like a murder. But I see now in the cards it could have happened in the past. And over the weekend, they could be apprehending the suspect, or they're reopening like a cold case. Or they reopened this cold case in the past. And they're going to like be able to successfully close this cold case with like evidence and bring justice for this cold case. Or something like that. So I want y'all to be able to see the cards. I also see the authorities might try to stop a betrayal before it even happened as well. Because somebody could be planning to sabotage someone. But it's like somebody wants to prevent this sabotage as well. Somebody also wants to prevent like a betrayal or something. So this can even be a situation where somebody on a run. And it's like The police want to apprehend the king of pentacles before they go on a run. Or something like that. Before he leave. I just heard somebody could be a flight risk or something. And then we got child services at the bottom of the deck. Kids at risk of being taken or is about to, reporting something, neglect or abuse. Yeah. Collective, be careful. Because like I was saying in video 1, somebody's child might say something to like a teacher or like another family member. And somebody might call child services on somebody because of something that somebody's child say. I don't know if this child is telling the truth or if they're lying. All right. What's the tea with the Chariot, the King of Pentacles, sabotage, and whiskey? Somebody's child could also be lying on their parents because something could be changing in this child's life. And they don't like this change. So this child is being cold-blooded, the Page of Wands. So for example, collective, say like you're moving. Your child don't want to move. It's like collective, your child might lie on you because they're upset. Your child feel as though some type of change that's going on in your life is like cold-blooded. Your child might feel betrayed. Collective, you could be moving. Something you're doing, collective, your child don't like. And your child is perceiving it as you being cold-blooded or something. Collective, I don't know if your child might get out of hand over the weekend and you might have to call either your father or your child's father. Somebody kind of like have to step up to the plate because somebody's child could be getting out of control. So collective, you might call your father or your child's father. Because it's a situation that needs to be decompressed. It's like a very tense situation going on. Or I don't know if a child might run away and go to their father's house or something. What's the tea with the Chariot, the King of Pentacles, sabotage, and whiskey? Yeah, karmic friends. Yeah, somebody got karmic friends around. Can't fully trust them. Tension, secret competition. Collective, for some of y'all, these karmic friends could be your child. And collective, you was thinking that your child is cool with you. Collective, whatever your child do against you over the weekend to offend you, you never saw it coming. You never saw it coming, collective. Whatever your child might do against you. So collective, I don't know if your child is going to call the cops on you, run away, or like tell a lie on you to like another family member or something. Yeah, collective, it's somebody that somebody can't fully trust. It's tension, and that's what I said. And it's like some secret competition going on. Or somebody's child's father or child's mother could be trying to set them up. Yeah, somebody could be trying to set somebody up. It's a secret competition. It could be like custody battles going on in court, divorce court, visitation, things like that. It could be also a secret competition over a child or something like that. That Page of Wands. What's the tea with the Emperor, the Hangman, having receipts in the key? Yeah, a dirty offer. So somebody might get evidence about a dirty offer. So this could be a third-party situation in love. Or this is like drugs or something. A dirty offer. Or somebody lied on somebody. Somebody could have lied on somebody. A dirty offer. Somebody accepted a dirty offer. Somebody have receipts and somebody has the key about a dirty offer. So somebody knows the truth. about a dirty offer. What's the tea with judgment? The Page of Wands and cold-blooded with this 8th house. Yeah, talking shit and hooked. Yeah. Somebody could be talking shit about somebody about being hooked. Somebody could have been hooked on their lover, hooked on a third party. Somebody's talking shit about somebody being hooked on something or someone. So somebody could be bringing somebody under judgment in the past or over the weekend. Or somebody wants a second chance because somebody was talking shit. Somebody could have lied on somebody and said that somebody was cheating and it's not true. Or somebody lied to somebody and said that they wasn't married. Or somebody lied to somebody and said they didn't have kids when they had kids. Somebody could have denied their own child. So somebody could have said, that ain't my child. The Page of Wands is not my child. Somebody talking shit because somebody was hooked. And somebody want to bring somebody under judgment or somebody want a second chance. Collective, either your father or maybe your child's father might like apologize to you. Because maybe in the past, collective, your child's father or your father wasn't claiming you or wasn't claiming your child because your child's father or your father was hooked on a lover. And because they were hooked on a lover or maybe hooked on drugs, it's like collective, your father didn't want to be a father in the past or your child's father didn't want to be a father in the past because they were hooked on someone or something. And it was very cold-blooded. It's like it could have been a man out here in the past who denied his own child because of maybe the other woman or something. And the other woman could have been a snake. So it's like a man that wants forgiveness about what something he did in the past. Yeah, something like that. So somebody's father, ex-husband, or child's father was hooked on something or someone in the past. Yeah, collective, somebody was saying, that ain't my baby. Or collective, your father was saying that you're not his. You wasn't his child or something like that. Somebody was talking shit because they was hooked on somebody. So, something like that going on. So, collective, what I see in the cards is, collective, in the past, or maybe even over the weekend, some drama is going on. And collective, in spite of this drama, collective, your father could have been disowning you like half your life because he was hooked on his wife or the other woman or whatever. Or collective, this could be your ex-husband or your child's father. And he was disowning the child because he was hooked on something or somebody else. So it's like collective, you like had to suck it up. You had to suck it up and like your diligence might pay off over the weekend. Yeah. Because somebody was being cold-blooded. Or somebody's stepmother was telling the child to lie on their mother. Or somebody's stepfather was telling the child to lie on their father or something like that. Over the weekend or in the past. Somebody was being a snake in like a third-party situation in love. Yeah, this happened over the weekend, or it's happening over it happened in the past. Collective, if a situation like that happened to you over in the past, somebody could be thinking about you because they realized they did you wrong, and they want to make amends, like right or wrong. Somebody could be thinking about somebody. Yeah, then we got a girl fight at the bottom of the deck. Arguments, physical fight, at war, competing. Yeah. So let me see. And then we got butterfly development. So it's some type of transformation going on. This could either even be conception, or somebody's going through a dark night of the soul, or somebody could be coming out of a dark night of the soul over the weekend. Yeah. It's going to be a need for somebody to get a lawyer as well. Somebody probably need a lawyer over the weekend. Collective, whatever this development is, this could have been somebody, somebody was done with their dark night of the soul. It could have been in autumn. But collective, this person, it probably won't approach you until over the weekend. Collective, somebody was aware of their offense against you since autumn. But they might not approach you or admit this to you until like over the weekend. Because somebody went through a dark night of the soul, or they was officially like ascended or a better person in autumn. Yeah. But they might approach you or confess something to you over the weekend. And then we got Kira's group. This is my card for like lawyers and things like that. Somebody who need an attorney or something. Somebody's lawyer or somebody, this person is a good lawyer. This person is a good lawyer. Whoever, somebody getting an attorney, the attorney is a good lawyer. I heard a breath of fresh air. Somebody's a lifesaver. Somebody's lawyer is a good lawyer. This lawyer is also gifted. So I don't know what this lawyer is, what their gift is. Collective, your lawyer could be a starseed. Your lawyer could be a tarot reader. Somebody's lawyer is very gifted, or somebody's lawyer has a gift for them. Or collective, your father could be a lawyer, or your child's father could be a lawyer. And collective, your father or your child's father might bring a gift for the kid, for your child, or a gift for you to make up. It's the beginning stages of making up for whatever happened in the past. I also see a lawyer might get in trouble, or I don't know if a lawyer might pass away. But it's like collective, whoever this lawyer is, this man either might pass away or he's going to jail. And like whoever he worked for, collective, they're going to give you gifts, or they might help you out in this difficult time. Because this King of Pentacles, he could be a lawyer as well. And he might get arrested or something. And whoever he worked for, his law firm, it's like they're going to help you out or whatever, because this man got locked up. So collective, I don't know if this King of Pentacles could be your father or your husband or ex-husband or whoever. Because I said in video 2 that, no, I think I said it I think I said it in this video. I don't know if I said it in video 1 or video 2. But I kind of picked up that it could be some type of betrayal that happened within a police department. But I'm kind of seeing too, this betrayal could happen amongst lawyers. This could also be something to do with lawyers. Some type of betrayal might happen. And like the law firm feels obligated or responsible to help like somebody's family because of a betrayal within this law firm or something like that. Or somebody might get declared innocent. Somebody might be found innocent. A lawyer might be found innocent, and it's like whoever he works for, it's like they want to apologize or something. Somebody want to apologize to somebody. And they're bringing gifts to, like, apologize. Is a way to apologize. Somebody could be giving somebody a gift to apologize or something. Or collective, I don't know if your father could have been a starseed, or your husband or your child's father could have been a starseed, and somebody could have robbed him or killed him in the past. And he could have been a lawyer or a cop or something. And this like cold case, is somebody gonna get justice. So collective, if your father got murdered or something, he suffered an injustice. Your father could have been a starseed. And somebody's father, murderer might get found over the weekend and arrested. And it's like collective, whoever your father was working for before he passed away, they might come to you and give you gifts or something. Because it could have been another lawyer that harmed your father or something. It was like a betrayal within an organization. So one cop could have did harm to another cop, or these were lawyers or something. And somebody was a starseed. I'm also hearing collective, something could have happened to your father in the past. And you could be pregnant, or you might give birth over the weekend, and your baby is like the spitting image of your father. So it's like a rebirth of like your father all over again. Or something like that. It's a rebirth of a starseed. Because somebody in the past could have got sabotaged, and somebody is getting justice over the weekend. Or collective, I don't know if this could have been your husband or something. This could have happened 9 months ago. And collective, you or somebody else could be giving birth to your husband's child. And it's like your child is the spitting image of your husband. Yeah, and your husband could have been a starseed, and collective, your baby a starseed too. And he looked just like his father. Or she looked just like her father. Or something like that. Yeah, we got obsessive lover. Dangerous, toxic, unhealthy possessiveness or karmic. Yeah. So something going on with a third party situation in love. Somebody could have got hurt. Somebody set somebody up in the past or over the weekend. Somebody was dealing with a karmic. Somebody was dealing with an obsessive lover. It was karmic friends around. Somebody might also get released from jail. Somebody could have been wrongfully convicted, and they might find or apprehend the actual offender. Or something like that going on over the weekend. But something was still a third party situation in love. An obsessive lover. Dangerous, toxic, unhealthy possessiveness or karmic. I also see collective in the cards. Collective, you being diligent. Life went on. You suffer an injustice. Your family suffer an injustice. Life went on, collective. You do what you got to do. Collective, somebody thinking about you. And you don't know that this person is thinking about you. Collective, whether you are male or female, somebody is thinking of you. Collective, like I said, this could have been something that happened to your father like years ago. And whoever your father used to work for, it's like the owner is thinking about you or something like that. And this man feel as though he owe you something, or he wants to give you a gift or something like that. Somebody's thinking about somebody. Or collective, you could be an adult, and you could have betrayed your parents in the past. And collective, you probably over the weekend, you might apologize to your parents. Something you could have did to your parents, collective, in the past. You could have lied on your parents, or you made a mistake or something, and it could have caused your mother and father a divorce. Somebody could have a guilty conscience too. Somebody's child could have did something in the past. It's like a child did something in the past. They're an adult now. And how this child is trying to compensate for whatever they did in the past. This child wants to like be the best person that they can be. Because it's like this child has secrets. This child could have lied on their parents in the past or something. Something like that going on. But I'm going to end it. So, let me see something. And then we got betrayal at the bottom of the deck. What's the spill with this diligence energy? What's the spill with diligence? What's the spill with diligence? Yeah, stalking. Someone's stalking you on social media or by any means possible, often checking up on you, keeping tabs, watching you. Yeah. For some of y'all, this stalking is like innocent. Collective, somebody is watching you because they want to approach you and confess something. For other of you guys, this is like the FBI or something. Somebody, yeah. So collective, it's like you might get out of trouble by the skin of your teeth. So collective, say like for an example, you used to hang out with your homegirls or your homeboys in the past. And the police was watching this particular building or this particular place. The collective, the police was watching you and your friends. But it's like collective, over the weekend, you might like go, you're going to separate yourself from your friends. And it's like, I don't know if the police might leave you alone because you separated yourself from like your friends and you're doing something like positive. So they might, I guess, I don't know. I guess for time's sake or for the workload sake, it's like the police gonna be like, let them go. And just target the other 3 or something like that. Somebody might escape something by the skin of their teeth or because of their diligence or something. Yeah, because somebody's stalking somebody. Collective, somebody could have offended you or your family in the past. And this person, because of a guilty conscience, they stalk you. This person been stalking you for years. Someone's stalking you on social media or by any means possible, often checking up on you, keeping tabs, watching you. Yeah. And it's like collective, somebody could be doing spell work on you. They want you to die. They did something to your father or your child's father or something in the past. And it's like collective, you just diligent, minding your business or something like that. Or collective, somebody could have been falsely accusing you of stalking them. But it's like collective, because of your diligence, it's like the police or the authorities is going to realize who's lying. Because somebody could be lying on somebody. It's like collective, you minding your business. You could be looking for a house, looking for a job, trying to buy you a car. And somebody saying you stalking them. Collective, no, you not. No, you not. Something like that going on. Collective, over the weekend, you going to be minding your business. And somebody thinking about you that shouldn't be thinking about you. Collective, I don't know if every time this person think about you, they call the cops. Somebody crazy. What's the spell with these thoughts right here? Yeah, an ex-lover. Yeah. Collective, for some of you guys, an ex-lover wants to confess and make amends and apologize, right or wrong, for whatever happened in the past or over the weekend. Collective, for other you guys, you have an ex-lover that, like, they out for blood against you. They out for blood, collective. This person be probably doing dark magic. Collective, I don't know if this person could have did harm to somebody. Collective, somebody ex-lover acting up. And they're thinking of you, collective, and for some of y'all, it's not good thoughts. It's not good thoughts, collective, an ex-lover. Collective, if you a man, you could be thinking about your ex-lover. Yep, you could be thinking about your ex-lover. Or collective, you could be collective, let me shut up. Collective, if you a man, or collective, if you a female, it could be a man out here who did harm to his mother's lover. In the past or over the weekend. It's a man out here that could have did harm to his mother's boyfriend or something. Yeah. Or collective, you could have, like, when you was a child, you could have, like, shot your mother's boyfriend because he was a karmic. He could have been beating your mother up or something. And you could have shot or killed this man. But it's like, collective, you was a child. I don't know how old you was. But it's like, collective, I don't know how much time you did because you was a child. And I don't know how old you were. But it's like, collective, the authorities still watch you because they let you free at some point. So somebody in their younger years could have did harm to their mother's lover. But it's like the authorities still watch you or something. Yeah, something like that going on. Yeah. Or collective, you could still be like on parole or something. You could still be like on parole or something like that. But let me end it. So, collective, that's what I have going on for you guys over the weekend. So, I'm going to end it. So, this is Blood Queen Tarot. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and or share. And, collective, enjoy the weekend. And thank you.